Hey, so one of the things that I have learned is how to master my spiritual gifts. And I believe that everyone is spiritually gifted and that everyone can master those gifts that God gave each and every one of us. Spiritual gifts are in the Holy Bible, mentioned several times. They are mentioned in the Kitab Yakdas, they are mentioned in the Quran, they are mentioned in many different spiritual sacred texts. Spiritual gifts are what we use to get through life. Not everyone realizes they're using their spiritual gifts or they are receiving spiritual guidance. Here's one way you can tell if you are receiving spiritual guidance. You hear the messages from out of the blue. It seems like out of the clear blue sky or out of the air, you hear a statement, you hear a name, you hear a voice, you hear a directive or instructions. You receive advice, guidance, even confirmation. Another way is your dreams. You wake up and you remember your dreams, and something inside of you tells you that it means more than just a dream. It means something is going to manifest. It is a message. There is a blessing in disguise there, or even your dream ends up coming true and it stuns you. It can be a sad dream, it can be an exciting dream, a joyful dream. Sometimes, dreams do scare us. We get shooken up because of what is happening in that dream. And I just want you to know that either way you put it, you definitely are receiving a message there. There's some guidance. There is something else there than just receiving images. Another way that you're receiving spiritual guidance is through nature. Nature can be the animals, the trees, mountains, the stream. It could be the flowers. It could be anything that you consider nature, insects. And through nature, we receive sequential guidance, sequences, synchronicities. We can see images through the bushes of a face, and we know we're looking at a bush, but it looks like two eyes and a smile. So there's many different ways that we receive our spiritual guidance, and it is the way the Most High reaches out to us. So how do you master your spiritual gifts? Well, for me, I remember way back when I was around 6 that I began seeing what I thought looked to be another human being. Before that, I remember having tea parties with um, energies that were really friendly and comforting to me. It felt closest to God that I had ever experienced, and they were energies that often talked to me and just felt very safe for me. My mama taught me a lot about God and praying, and so I had that background and I had that understanding of what God might be. I never looked at God. I remember I never saw God. I saw God in certain people, places, things, and I knew that if I felt safe, I felt God. And if I didn't, then I was lacking God, or I wasn't near God, or God wasn't near me. At a very young age, that was very clear. But at the time, I didn't know that I was using my spiritual gifts, my clairs, whether it was clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairgustance, clairfaction, all of these and more. And so at 6, I finally received that understanding that, okay, hey, all of this has another side to it. All the good that I've been receiving, all the beautiful divine energy has another side to it. And so I say all of that to say I've been at this for quite some time, and I know many of you have been too. I call you naturals. And naturals are those of us that have just known for as long as you can remember. Maybe you were also riding in the back seat of your parents' car like I was, and you were looking at angels in the sky, and you were reading numbers like that, like you were supposed to be reading a book, and it was that interesting to you, and you were receiving messages attached to those numbers or attached to that place or whatever it may be, and you might have been hearing different conversations from people. Once you are eye to eye, you hear them talk, but their mouth is not moving, and all of these things, and so much more, much, much more. So, mastering your spiritual gifts takes time. However, here's the key. Does it have to take over 40 years? You know, this is when I was 6, and I am, thankfully, I'm 50 right now. So I believe that for myself, I have been at it for this amount of time. What is that? 44 years of knowingly um, experiencing a different life other than my human life, very aware of it. Um, but I say that to say you too have most likely been working at it for some time. Whether you went into hiding, I did that in my 20s and in high school, and I wanted to be the quote unquote normal. But I couldn't shake it, and people always knew, hey, can you say that thing that God wants me to know? Can you just tell me what your advice is? And things of that nature, and hearing what people were really thinking very loud and clear, and it being very confusing because it's not what they were saying out of their mouth, and things coming true, um, being able to see visions very clearly and tell people about it, and it be something that they didn't tell anybody or that they were discussing in the privacy of their home, or something like that, or telling people they were pregnant when they didn't tell anybody, and things like that. So that includes transitions from birth to death, and all of the above that you can, that you're probably uh, thinking about right now, and you're going back into different experiences. So, mastering your spiritual gifts takes a focus, and it takes an understanding of what spiritual guidance is and how it rolls out in your day to day and your night to night. We talked about dreams, but there's also so much more that goes on at night when our human is fasting or asleep. So, here's what I can do is I can extend an invitation to you for private coaching. And right now we have 5 spaces left for our relationship life coaching with Coach Darian and I. And we are helping you change your relationship blueprint to reach your goals. And we have, or I have, a scholarship that ends up being free coaching with me based on certain criteria. And It is phenomenal. It is so big. I want to talk to you personally so that you understand. Because a lot of people say, oh my gosh, there's got to be a catch to it. There's really no catch. There are some details, and you do have to qualify. But it ends up being free coaching, and it ends up changing my clients' lives. And so, what is your goal? What is your vision for your own life? How about your vision for your children's lives, for your baby, for your spouse? What is your vision and where do you see yourself? Are you happy in love? Are you married? Are you successful in your career? Are you working from home or are you a stay-at-home parent? Are you caring for your extended family, your parents? Do you have enough money to not worry about bills? Can you just buy something when you feel like it and not worry about where the money's coming from? What are your dreams? What are your visions? What are your goals? If not me, please consider a coach that you resonate with. I am a coach with coaches. My business coaches are amazing. They are multi-million dollar coaches that are definitely spiritually grounded and sound and just compassionate and loving and extremely talented in their businesses and can teach me how to, and they do it very well, make money consistently, month after month after month, reliably. And that's what you want. I also have different coaches. My fitness coach helps me maintain my health in many different ways. Very successful at it. He is phenomenal. He is fit and he is very personable and understanding, and I need that. But he also can kick me in the butt when I need it because I don't like working out, but I love the results. So, if not me, if not Coach Darian, who? Choose. Because one thing's for sure, life is extremely short and you deserve to live your best life. The choice is always yours. I will put the information in the description box down below, and I look forward to talking to you very soon.